Hello, welcome back. If you want to send me an email or ask me some questions, go on this site, please, rsbcopstories@gmail.com, and I'll try to answer as best I can, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, this involves back when I was a young guy at Roll Call, and you know, it's like anything else. You go to a new job, you go to a meeting for a staff meeting or any meeting you want to talk about, and you're a young person, you're sitting there watching in the back of the room, and I've said this before, you're like I'm a young officer. I'm like a sponge that's about this flat, you know, about this big. And every time I learn something, a drop of water goes in it, and in the sponge. And I see this tonight. Oh, a drop of water. You can see what's happening is my brain, my intelligence starts to get bigger. So over the years, you wind up with a huge sponge and supposedly know everything. But anyway, so I'm learning. I'm watching everything. I'm watching other officers. I am watching how sergeants respond to people older than me. I became a sergeant. You know, I'm looking at everything here because I'm new. I've only been there probably 3 years. Everything is new to me. They're saying the baby learns most of his intelligence the first year. Same with us. I'm learning everything the first 2 years, man. I am just sucking everything in. I want to learn everything. It's my career now. I'm putting 20 in. Ultimately, I put in 35 years, but I'm learning everything. So a roll call, simple roll call. And like some of the other videos, 40 officers, 6 sergeants, more or less. Huge roll calls. All kinds of personalities, you know, going on there. A lot of testosterone in there, a lot of alphas. I mean, it's just a major thing. Think of a Top Gun with 40 guys. That's what your example. Guys walking around with so much macho, it seeps out of their ears. Okay, so we're at roll call. We have a sergeant, looks like Fester from the Addams Family, a Korean War veteran. I'm saying this, if you heard this before, bear with me, because some people haven't seen the video. So, you know, bald-headed, Caucasian gentleman, part German, Korean veteran. He's running the watch. He's got 22 years on, and all the other sergeants have 10 years, and he's in charge. Lieutenant's there, but he's only just there. We're having a roll call. Who's here, who's not here, assignments, whatever. Okay, so we're all sitting there, and there's a desk that's raised up where the sergeants sit, and he's in the middle. He's the middle guy. He is there. He's got his package on up there. Gift wrap, bowed package, pink, red ribbon. So, oh, look what that is, you know. So he goes, are we done here? Are we done with the roll call? Okay, I got something. Interesting. So he goes, hey, Officer so-and-so. He goes, yeah. And again, an officer that got about 4 years on or so. He goes, a package came here for you this afternoon. He holds up this box. It's about this big, you know. This thick. Wrapped really nice. Okay, he starts to get up. Go, no. He goes, no. Sit back down. Sit back down. I have orders to open this up in roll call. And show everybody. And I'm going, what is going on here? Okay. And there's a note. And she told me to open the package, and when I show and he had no idea what was in there. So when I show the contents, then I'll read the note. Okay? So we're like, okay, so he's unwrapping it. I mean, it's dead silence. You got almost 50 guys and no one's saying a word. You're watching, what's this guy? I mean, he's the boss. He's in charge. I mean, you don't expect this from one of us. One of us talks, then nobody listens. You know, but he's like, it's one of those E.F. Hutton moments. Everybody leans over, unwraps it, holds it up, and it's a red negligee. You know, like a see-through, you know, goes like that, goes, ow. He goes, yeah, tell Officer so-and-so that I'm his wife, and give this to your girlfriend the next time you guys have sex together. Signed, and I'll make up a name, Marilyn Smith, which is the name of his wife. And it was like, we just sat there. They thought it was a joke. And he goes, so he puts it back in the box, puts the note in there. Here, come and get your present. And everybody is just roaring. And he walks up there, and I didn't know this because I've only been there a short time, but half the guys in there knew that he was messing around with a girlfriend. She would come to the station and meet him. So it wasn't a clandestine secret thing he was doing. He just did it because he figured no one's going to dime him off. Well, somebody did because the wife shows up with a present for his girlfriend. That was interesting. Okay, so he grabs it and throws it in the trash, and everybody's laughing, and he's not laughing. His face is red. He's just, and the sergeant looks at him and goes, "You can leave if you want to." And of course, he storms out of the. So then we're working. I remember now when we finish. This is in an office. Okay, our office is in the street. If you come to a regular police station, you may find a half a dozen people in that station out of a watch of 150. We don't work at the station. We don't come in there to do a police report. Well, our officers are in the field. So when you go out in the field like we did, you're just doing police work. You hardly come into the station unless you have an arrestee. And we always had an arrestee, but we come in like later in the evening, and then, you know, somebody says, hey, you know what, again, I'm going to say name Smith. I'm making up these names. You hear what happened to Smith? What? Oh, he took off. He took a comp time with he has a sergeant to go home, and he's got to handle personal matters. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so we go on. How does that affect me? I'm just interesting to know. So then, again, the shift goes on. We don't stop. We just have to be made. So at the end of watch, we're all coming in. We're all in the locker room. Again, there's about 40 of us in there. Midnight, 12:30, getting into our shift. And of course, there's always somebody. We used to call him the pipeline. It always knew what was going on. Okay, somehow he knew everything. And he goes, hey, you're real loud. His locker room's not that big, you know, just rows and rows of lockers. And we're all like, what? 20 guys standing around. What's what? He goes, Smitty. He called Smitty. I made up name. He goes, he went home, and the only thing at his house was the phone on the floor. Okay, in those days, guys, up until cell phones, usually your phone was you either had it on the wall mounted, you know, or a mobile, you know, not a mobile phone, but a phone that was detached with a cord to it, you know. And so the old style phone, just basically one with the cradle and the dial in front. That's usually what everybody had. Where I go, what is, yeah. She had been planning this because he had court all day. This guy knew all this. He had court all day, so she planned this. She cleaned out the house all day and into the night because he went from court to work. He never went home. And it's because usually we do that because it's out of the way to go home. She cleaned out the house, the bank accounts, left him a note on top of the phone in the middle of the floor. So what's happening now is, well, he found a cop friend and he's staying in a room over his garage. Oh my God. So we just all looked at each other like, oh, you know, and I was a newlywed. I'd been married like 2 years. I just had a new baby. I said, why do you guys do this? Okay. I mean, if you don't want to be married, then don't be married. Okay. There's always divorce, for crying out loud, you know. So that was an interesting thing to go on there. But I thought the 90 at the roll call was a nice touch. That was her way of saying, I am done with you. See you later. So that was pretty good. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.